Have you ever wondered what goes on outside your front door when you're not home, or who might be ringing your doorbell in the middle of the night? Well, wonder no more. With Ring Doorbell, you can capture every moment and every visitor with the touch of a button. So in this video, we're going to show you Doorbell Cam captures you won't believe captured on Ring Doorbell. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. A hate crime. This one's just a little bit different because it involves the vandalism of a non-living thing. Homeowners would report that their snowman had become the victim of a hate crime during the Christmas season. This snowman was different from the ordinary because it was a massive inflatable one, unlike one that was made from snow. That was until one day when someone came into the garden and stabbed the inflatable snowman with a giant knife. This was sinister because he would go around the neighborhood carrying a knife and sticking it to harmless objects. Probably someone with a whole lot of pent-up fits of rage or some other sort of deviant. But whatever the case, it's creepy when you imagine seeing a recording of someone stabbing a harmless snowman with such contempt. I just wonder who these people are and how they could have so much anger and hate spread. I hope this hate subsides for them one day and they can enjoy Christmas again. The woman that just wouldn't leave. Look at this footage, it's going to look like a film, but it's real and equally terrifying. In this doorbell camera footage, an old woman appears with a knife in her hand. She has a slight smile and looks very nervous from her body language. She keeps glancing down at her knife and then at the door as if contemplating her next move. She's there for sinister reasons, and she wonders whether she should ring the doorbell, seeing it hits the middle of the night and eventually leaves the way that she came. But that leaves everyone wondering whether or not she's a serial killer or simply an older woman with dementia who has no idea what she's doing. Fortunately for the residents of the household, she did not ring the doorbell or something terrible might have occurred. The Ghost Boy. For this next one, the homeowner was moving houses and became a creepy ordeal after they began to see a little ghost boy running across their backyard through their doorbell camera. Shocked beyond belief, the homeowners were left highly tormented. I just can't imagine a single scenario in which watching such a scene brought you to your core. But well, this story didn't remain so grim for long. Soon enough, the homeowners realized that it was not a small ghost boy who danced about in their backyard as they slept in their beds at night, but merely a game of shadows. How is this possible? Well, allow me to explain. They had installed a floodlight in their backyard. And since their home was on a corner lot, they got a whole lot of traffic that passed by. Without a fence surrounding the home, the car lights would reach their camera at night, creating a weird illusion in the camera's lens. This spectacle made it look like a little ghost boy was running across their backyard all night long as they watched the tapes the day after. Human or ghost? Now, I've already discussed one story involving a ghost sighting, but that was the first that we heard of such a case. This next one also revolves around a similar incident. According to the homeowner, they had a security camera pointed at the front of their house facing the main road one night as the neighborhood slept soundly. Their doorbell camera picked up something extraordinary. In the footage, a person could be seen, only they didn't look like a person. The shadowy figure looked almost translucent and seemed like a dark mist was walking across the road. They say ghosts don't exist, especially now on camera, but this footage suggests otherwise. The dark figure looked extraordinarily lean and gangly looking and was caught clear as day in the camera. And they also ended up leaving a trail on the security camera in the form of footage, just as a spider leaves behind a web trail. The following day, the homeowner woke up to find the footage, which sent chills down everyone's spine. And the story was almost as mysterious as it was creepy, peculiar as they come. Is that so? The Proxy Man. Moving on, we have the Proxy Man's tale, which keeps getting creepier as you progress. The owner reported that a few years ago, a door-to-door candy salesman appeared at his door and started to knock like a sheriff would with a warrant. To this, the owner's mother asked who it was. The man said that he was a salesman, and the owner opened the door. This is when 3 more men appeared behind the candy man, shoved their way into the open door, and then robbed the woman in broad daylight. A man posing as a salesman was apparently in on it and tricked the woman into opening the door. Talk about pressing salespersons, we've no doubt all come face to face with a determined salesperson, but never one like this. In the video, the owner of the home can be heard groaning, which would hint at the fact that she might have been injured. The sounds are unsettling to hear. They all finally run off and were never seen again. But by far the creepiest thing about the whole story was how they tricked their way into the home by gaining the homeowner's trust. This is alarming because such a thing could quickly happen to anyone. There will be for opening your door to the salesman, be very careful or else. If this story didn't send a shiver down your spine, you might be immune. Before we move on, support us by hitting subscribe and the bell icon to get notified when we post new videos. Now let's get back to our topic. The showdown. This one may be one of the most dangerous skirmishes caught on a doorbell camera and our top-rated stories. The owners were lucky that matters didn't escalate because this could have ended in a whole lot of blood. The owner reveals that a guy banged on the front door a couple of years ago. And still, the owner was lucky enough to notice on the door camera that the guy was holding a gun. The owner quickly called the cops and then politely informed the guy through the doorbell that they were holding a shotgun pointed directly at him. The guy then proceeded back towards the road and started firing rounds into the air. He then got back into his car and drove off. The security camera showed another driver driving away in his car, which had been sitting on the road throughout the entire skirmish. He was waiting for the shooter to leave, but that wasn't the end of it. The shooter turned his car around and came back to the house to fire some more rounds into the air. And he even left a van on the road with a shattered window. But according to the owner, the one thing that struck them was how the guy looked directly at the camera before leaving. It was terrifying. The gunman was never caught and is still out there. And this is another one of those instances where a security doorbell camera saved more than a few lives. This thief is creeping on this porch, but it's caught trying to steal a package from the homeowner's wife. It looks like he stole a package and then tried to get into the backyard. He may be trying to break into the house. The homeowner's wife caught him in the act, which scared him, and he put the package back on the porch. This thief in Phoenix, Arizona, is breaking into someone's yard. He had some kind of handsaw, a portable saw that he probably stole from someone else, and he used it to cut the chain through the fence. It looks like it worked, and he was able to get into the house and steal a lot of valuable things. How unfortunate that you buy some locks and chains and think you're safe with them, and then some thief comes along with a handsaw and cuts the chain and that's it. That's disturbing. It seems like no matter what you do, you buy security cameras, whether you buy chains or not. There's always going to be a brazen thief who wants to come and steal, and that's just sad. You have to do what's best for your family and your property. This was the most intense moment in the life of this dog. The owner of the house saw the bear coming and opened the door for his dog. Fortunately, the animal made it in time and the homeowner closed the door. Luckily, the bear missed the dog. A quick move by the homeowner. I bet the dog was terrified. Imagine a creature 10 times your size trying to eat you. On February 2022, a contractor was working on a row house in Houston. At approximately 6:00 p.m., the contractor stated that an unknown male who was armed and wearing a mask suddenly appeared with him in the row house. The unknown man forced the contractor into a bathroom where he tied his hands and feet. He then ran around the house for over an hour, all the while listening to the police radio to make sure the police were not on their way. And that's exactly what was captured on those recordings. After taking several items belonging to the homeowners who were out of town at the time, the man found the contractor's keys and drove off in his truck, which now contains everything he had stolen. The man was never found by the police, but the stolen truck was found 2 days later and occupied in the parking lot of a nearby restaurant. But I never got the impression that anything else was found. In this footage, an unknown man can be seen walking toward the front door of this house. He immediately leans against the door and tries to open it. He doesn't even knock. But the doorbell camera warns the homeowner that movement is detected, so it gets up anyway to see who it's before asking questions. The homeowner opens the door to see what the man wants. Then without hesitation, the man enters the house for the homeowner, of course. This is a warning signal, and shortly after he tells the man to leave. But the man doesn't listen and forces the homeowner to force him out of the house. Are you good? Well, what were you there when the doors are closed? The man violently hits the glass of the door. Unfortunately, the homeowner was still able to close the door and lock it. The man then continues to stand by the door, trying to push the door handle before the video ends. What this man was trying to do is unknown. So that's it. Please like, share, and comment with your thoughts below if you like this video. Remember to subscribe to see our next video. Stay safe, and we will be back soon with another video.